What? I'll be damned. 1,000 subscribers. Y'all really like us. You really, really like us.
I
Why?
don't
I don't
understand
know.
why. I don't understand why.
I don't know. You ain't shit to look at. This is absolutely overwhelming. And welcome to the 1,000 subscribers special episode of Beards, Brews, and Bros. Triple B's in full effect. Well, double B's is once again. Life snatched Jared from us again. And we're working on it, I promise. But the guy today honestly needs a break from life. So he's out golfing with his wife. Bless
It'll
his
be a fun
heart. He
day
needs it.
as long as weather holds out.
Yeah, I mean, well, he'll be fine. This is
It's
Jared.
well, here's the thing. Like, O'Fallon's not too far from uh where he's at, and
Yeah.
right now it is overcast and looking like it can pour rain any second.
Yeah, we had our rain yesterday, and it's supposed to be spotty today. But we're supposed to. I know
Yeah.
me and Michelle. We're supposed to go for a walk, go to the park, and everything like that later today. But oh, also she wants me to do yoga. Wants me to
Hey,
stretch. She says I,
get that flexibility going.
she says I need to stretch more. Her and her mom do it every morning. But folks, K Rob and Byron in the house once again as always. And yeah, this was absolutely shocking to find out, but I was so excited that we've officially eclipsed our first big milestone for the show 1,000 subscribers. I believe the number is 1,050 at last count, according to
Yeah.
Jared. So,
Uh, I thought it would happen. I didn't think it would happen this quick.
likewise.
Like we kind of hit a stall point when we kind of life got in the way for us for a while, and we kind of went on a little bit of a hiatus, and then here we are. We're 1,000, and I'm speechless, really.
There's 1,000 human beings that think we're funny.
I find it hard to believe because everybody tells me I'm not funny.
Objectively, and I love you to death, but I never thought of you as ha ha funny, like our wacky storyteller is usually Jared.
Yeah, I am more of a. I'm trying to think. Like I'm more of a like in the moment. Like I'll hit these. It's like I'm not funny all the time, but there's sometimes where I actually like I throw it and it's right on the money.
So, I'll know also I'll give you that, but the fact that, through the peaks and valleys and the ups and downs, it's been really, really awesome that, we've had the support, and we have no choice but to give a huge thank you to everybody wherever you are that listens to us, shares our episodes, tells people about it. It means the world to us, and we're only going to continue to grow this show into a brand as we planned from the beginning. I mean, this literally started out with Jared and I on the phone one day, just bullshitting like we do. And then he's like, why aren't we recording this? Why aren't we recording this? Holy crap. No, why aren't we? Dude, holy shit. Like, we've known each other for like 12 years up to this point when we started doing the show. And and then now we've reached this point, and it's really, really cool. Yeah, we wish he could be here for it, but dude needs a break. And
Yeah, he needs something.
Job's been whooping his butt. He has no time for nothing. As he said, money's really good. No time to enjoy it. Barely any time to sleep.
That's the fun of being an adult.
It shouldn't always be like that.
I mean, it's kind of the unfortunate side of life is when you're a kid, you will have all this free time but no money to do jack. As an adult, you have all this money but no time to do anything.
I'd like to know where all this money is for you and I.
I mean, I make okay money. It's just unfortunately where we live, it's the cost is ungodly expensive. So
Yeah.
it's like, and the thing is, the more adulting stuff you do, like here recently, me and my wife were getting ready to move, and we needed a washer and dryer. We took advantage of Lowe's Fourth of July sale, and we got ourselves a washer and dryer, all hook up and whatnot's gonna be delivered the 20th of July after we get everything moved in, and got it for like a little over 1,400.
Damn.
But here's the thing: we didn't pay cash for it. We signed up our Lowe's card that has 0% interest financing.
That's helpful.
Yeah, so it's over 18 months. So if I can't like pay it off in 18 months, I'm clearly doing something wrong.
Yeah, definitely. Which I mean, the moving process always sucks, but hey, congrats, you guys are getting a new place. Baby steps to that home, to getting that
Yep.
forever home.
Yep.
Adulting blows most of the time. We all agree to that. So today we're raising a glass, or in Byron's case, his thing. As you see, what I'm rocking with, I don't play about my ladies. So
I'm
from
here. I'm here. The American drinking and import.
no, because that's the best way to do it. Because foreign beers are better anyway.
Oh, especially German. We talked about this earlier, and this is one of the few times, folks, that everybody on the brew crew who's can make it is drinking while we're recording.
All before lunch. I'm like, dude, are we really
It's
drinking
5
this
o'clock
early?
somewhere.
Indeed, it is, and it's also a reason to celebrate today, most
Yep.
definitely. So, a big thank you to everybody who supported and shared, commented on everything, and just and never forget, we also have an official Twitter account. The Trainwreck Twitter is right now, but we're still out there, and in our YouTube channel. And feel free to find us on Facebook. It's Beards, Brews, and Bros on Facebook. This has been a really fun ride, and I couldn't imagine doing it with two better dudes, quite frankly.
Same. Like, honestly, I've enjoyed this so much more than I thought I would ever would, and like I said, it's fun to just literally get on here and just BS with you guys. It is the most fun I have some days.
It's what I look forward to, the weeks that we are going to get together, because I'm always thinking of this and this, and because I'm old, you remind me, oh, we talked about that already. Well, shit, sounded good in the moment, you
Yeah,
know.
how I still to this day don't understand, like, how am I the one that remembers most of the stuff we've talked about or we've hashed out a couple different times, and y'all like, wait, we did?
You have a fresher brain. I'm the
How?
oldest. He's got the most
I
kids.
I'm ADHD as hell. How my brain is flighty as fuck. Like
Uh,
I can't. No. Here's the thing. Like I can remember the most random shit, but I can't remember where I put my damn keys.
See, but that's also just part of being an adult. Is you got to check that you have your keys, your wallet, and your phone on you before you leave the
Pocket
house.
checks. Pocket checks.
Exactly. So, and I'm guilty of it. Why do you think I've accidentally washed my wallet so many times?
Ooh.
Yeah, it's the worst. I remember one time I accidentally left my social security card in my wallet and
You
washed
should
it.
you should never leave your social security card in your wallet, dude.
No, shouldn't even have it on you, honestly.
Like
Uh,
I used to do that, but after a while, it's like, wait. I started thinking about. I was like, yeah, if somebody ever stole my wallet, like if they have my social security card, they can now do whatever the hell they want with my identity.
Completely agree on that. So but again, we just want, like I said, we say a huge thank you, from everybody. The fact that we have listeners all the way in Japan still blows my mind. Like, that is absolutely
Shout out
insane.
Japan. I love you guys.
I mean, and also thank you for PlayStation. Thank you for everything.
Thank you
That's
for anime.
Thank you for Japanese wrestling. Thank you for PlayStation and Nintendo. Uh, and also thank you for some of the crappiest games ever made so the angry video game nerd could shred them for my entertainment all these years. Thank you for Hong Kong 97, whoever made that one. Jeez, you ever heard of that game?
I have not.
Yeah, that's something you should probably do yourself a favor. It is probably the worst game ever made, next to Plumbers Don't Wear Ties. Um,
Superman 64.
No, Plumbers Don't Wear Ties was for the 3DO.
I've never heard of that.
Oh yeah, you know what? And we're gonna talk about retro consoles a little bit today, so that'll be one to tie in. But yeah. Thank you, Japan. Thank
Thank
you. I
it's
mean, we've got Australian
thank you
listeners.
everybody. Thank you everybody out there, just in general. Like I
Yeah,
know we're not trying to single anybody out there, but just thank you everybody. Like
yeah, it's
if
absolutely wild.
if it wasn't for you guys, we would literally not be doing this.
No,
Eh, again, we probably sound like a broken record at this point in time, but again, just thank you everybody, and we're gonna keep doing what we're doing. And when life gets a little better for everybody, hopefully we'll look to expand things out. I know one thing we've talked about is trying to maybe do some live streams with the crew playing some kind of game together. I know I personally would love that because, but the hardest part is probably finding a game all of us like. Because I love Jared, but I feel like out of all of us, he's maybe a little bit more of a game snob.
Oh no, he completely is. I mean, more of a music snob than anything else, but like gaming, yeah, he's extremely particular. Where like I play just about anything, and you know play most anything. But he's always been very very picky. You know, for a dude so picky, he still eats the same food that he's been eating since he was like 4.
He's picky.
I don't no like what come that damn it. I don't
Like
get it. Like, how can you have the same taste buds for 30 years?
I don't know. I mean, like for me, I was never a real big fan of Asian food growing up. But as I got older, it's arguably one of my favorite styles of food. Like honestly, like most weeks or whatnot, if I had the money, I would probably go to a place here in O'Fallon called Thai Gourmet and get
Yeah.
me some barbecue pork fried rice.
Ooh, whoa, what? Dude, that sounds
Oh,
super good.
it is so good, and it goes really well with crab ragoon. It's I love me some good fried rice and so a good protein. It's a game changer.
Dang, that does sound really, really good. I haven't had Chinese in a minute, and living out in
Well,
the
the only thing is it's Thai, not Chinese. It's very similar style, but different.
my neighbor actually just made some Thai food a few days ago, so you know, I've never had it personally. I haven't had like Chinese in a while, but in the last few years, I've actually fallen in love with sushi, and I never thought I would like sushi.
Oh yeah. I had sushi probably a couple months ago. Me and my coworkers, we went out to a place called Sushi IE here in
Yeah,
the St. Louis area,
yeah.
and they had all you can eat. So you just order what you want, and they'll bring it to your table. Like, oh, we ate so much sushi that night.
Well, there's a place in Joplin called it's like Tokyo. It's a Japanese steakhouse and restaurant, and they do hibachi. And also that was fun. First time ever getting to experience that. And I got to, and this is a shout out to my friend Rebecca, who's a complete foodie. Her mother was a trained like international chef. She introduced me to something called a crunchy roll, and it has something called eel sauce. And I'm like, okay, that sounds freaking
Eel
disgusting.
sauce is an acquired taste. I'm not a huge fan of it, but it's not too bad.
I couldn't even tell you what it tastes like. All I know is that it's delicious as hell. I was hesitant at first, but I always trust her word with food. So, we try it and I'm like, whoa, what is happening to my body? Like I felt like Reggie from Nintendo when he said my body is ready, but I wasn't ready in this case, and then all of a sudden I became ready every time. Problem is sushi is not it's not cheap to eat.
It depends. Like I said, it depends on what you're gonna eat. Like here it's like say here out here, like you can get like a roll for like $10.
Ah. I mean, dude, like the hibachi experience there, I think for like 2 people with meal plus sushi is like $90. It's
For
not,
one
yeah,
person?
no, two,
Okay, that's not terrible.
no, no.
That's about average. Like the thing is with hibachi and stuff like that is honestly it's really cool the first few times, but after a while it's just kind of like it's a bit overpriced.
Yeah, and it's definitely a once in a while type of thing. And I know you're a big rice guy, so that definitely falls in. But one of these days, how do you think we could trick Jared into eating Chinese food?
You can't.
Fuck,
The closest we could get is maybe get eat sweet and sour chicken. That's about it.
because it's chicken.
Yeah, if it's chicken protein, he might eat it, but like other than that, no.
This dude, man. Oh, that's just. Mm.
I'll tell you right
It
now,
low key bugs me.
one of the best places I ever had rice at was a place in Springfield. I can't remember the name of the place. I would know if I drove past it, but their fried rice had a smoky flavor to it.
Oh.
It was so good.
Mm. Like, you shouldn't be doing this right now. Like I had a salad today, like, and I know I had salad for breakfast. I woke up craving salad, and I made a big one last night, so I had that. Not healthy, but whatever. It was good. Uh,
I
dude,
like
this.
for lunch, I'm gonna have leftover pizza. Last night, the wife and I were like, we don't want to eat, we don't want to cook and clean or anything like that, so we ordered pizza. Or I
That's
ordered pizza myself, and she ordered something else.
that's what I do when it's too hot to cook, because I ain't getting in my kitchen if I'm already sweating like a hog.
Oh, last night
That just ain't happening. I'm like,
yeah, yeah. So last night did some work in the kitchen, cleaned up dishes and stuff like that. And then I was like, I don't want to dirty anything else up. Nothing in the fridge that we have left over sounds good, so pizza.
Oh, always. It's always
Yeah,
okay.
and Papa John's is literally like 3 minutes away.
See, Papa John's, because like I live in the country, so if I have to DoorDash, they are pricey for DoorDash.
Yeah.
They're just pricey in general.
They're
So
still
I
cheaper than like other places, but the thing is, like, they might be a little more pricey than like Domino's. But Domino's, Domino's is the most is barely above Little Caesars, barely.
okay. This is a tangent that we're gonna take off on. Speaking of pizza, so in Bluff, they have. I think they do this every year now. Like the Chamber of Commerce has a pizza contest where they let people vote on what they believe is the best pizza in Poplar Bluff. To show you how little taste and variety exist in that town. You know what won the best pizza in town?
Pizza Inn.
Domino's.
I'm sorry, I know we lost Pizza Hut in Poplar Bluff, but like still, like Papa John's is better than Domino's. Domino's is 90% sauce. Like, if you like a lot of sauce, sure. Their crust is greasy as hell. Like, I'm sorry, Domino's is subpar. I honestly, I'd rather go to. Here's how bad it is. I'd rather go to Little Caesars and get a hot and ready pizza for $5-6 than eat Domino's.
And you know what even blew my mind is the fact that it didn't even beat Godfather's in that town.
Godfather's is better.
I do agree. I wish we had a Godfather's around here. I think the nearest Godfather's is in Springfield or Miami, Oklahoma. Yes, that's Miami, even though it's spelled like Miami, Florida. They pronounce it Miami.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's trifling.
Yeah.
But
Also,
yeah,
if you want really good pizza though, there's a place in Springfield called Big Slice. Dear God, it is arguably probably my favorite pizza place of all time.
Big Slice. Okay, fill me in.
I mean, you can get pizza by the slice, or you can buy whole pies. Like, I'm telling you right now, Big Slice in Springfield has got one of the best pizzas you'll ever have. Like, some of the best pizzas you eat, period.
You
Like,
know what? While you're talking about it, I want to see if I can find any information on them.
they're so good. I miss it so much.
All right, the Big Slice. Yeah, let's check it out. Let me click. I hate pop-ups. I don't care about all that. So let's see. Whoa, what is this? The Burt Reynolds
They have a lot of variety pizzas.
tangy barbecue sauce, Canadian bacon and onion, or try it with pineapple. All right, okay. I know everyone makes a big old stink about the whole, pineapple on pizza. Like, who cares? What is this? Jamaican me spicy? Spiced sausage, bacon, green peppers, and onions. Yama. That's awesome.
Their chicken bacon ranch pizza is really good.
Yeah, I'm looking. Sriracha ranch sauce on it's called the CBR. Oh my God. Wait, what is this one? They have a pizza called Beast Mode. It's folks, and also since we're putting this out here, go check out if you live in anywhere in Missouri or just anywhere you're looking for a good place to try pizza, try this place out. Beast Mode. It says all of the toppings. Seriously, all of them, no mercy.
Like I said, I don't know if it's a franchise or not. I just know that it's in Springfield, and if you're ever in the Springfield, Missouri area, and you're craving a slice of pizza, go check it out.
Look at the titles of these pizzas are absolutely hilarious. Garden of Eden. Red sauce, tomato, mushroom, onion, green peppers, and your choice of black olives, artichoke hearts, or both, and a vegan cheese. So the Mongo, some of the meats, no, all of the meats. This place sounds freaking awesome. I would love to try the Big Slice in Springfield.
If we ever make a group go make a road trip out there, we'll stop and get a slice.
Yeah, if y'all come down, to see me. We absolutely should. I just have a Triple B's weekend. And speaking of getting together, you've got tickets for a concert in September.
Not yet.
I thought you bought them.
Funds have been tight, dude.
I get it.
And it's the hope is right now, if things can lay out correctly, The Brew Crew is hoping to go see a concert September 27th in St. Louis. It is Baby Metal and Death Clock.
Which I've never seen. I've heard of Baby Metal. I've not seen it or seen them before. So why don't you tell folks who aren't familiar? Let them know.
Baby Metal is a Japanese pop group. Not a pop group. It's a pop metal group. The best way to describe it. It is very unique, very popular. The vocalist is amazing. It's, by the way, the vocals, how the vocalists sing, and the music being played, you wouldn't think go together and work, but they do. And honestly, one of my favorite songs with them right now is their collaboration with Bring Me the Horizon, I believe. It's called Kingslayer.
I already love the title of that song.
It is a banger. I'm gonna double check just to make sure I'm telling you correctly, because here at Brew Crew we try to be as correct as possible.
I found the song on YouTube. Yeah, Bring Me the Horizon, Kingslayer featuring Baby Metal.
Yep. I said I was
Yeah.
sure it's Bring Me the Horizon, and like my wife showed me that. I'm like, because she's a big Bring Me the Horizon fan.
The lyric video has 39 million views.
I tell you, like, check it out. It is amazing. And then if anybody out there who's not familiar with Death Clock, if you've not heard Bat Metal, if you've heard of the song Bat Metal, that's Death Clock.
And once again, I'm not familiar, and unfortunately, I may not be able to make it to the show, and I still think you and Jared are gonna go.
Again,
but like,
if things lay out.
Yeah, if things do lay out, but that's another thing we are wanting to do, guys, when we get together is to vlog, and and have additional content for y'all to check out and see us in different elements and everything like that. I still owe Jared a game from our bet that I lost last year over the or no, it was this year over the AFC Championship with the Bengals and the Chiefs. Where he basically said, "You don't bet on Patrick Mahomes, it's like tugging on Superman's cape." Like, dude, you didn't even like football like that too many years ago. I've been here for almost 30 years. Get out of here. But
you never bet on sports.
Huh?
You never bet on sports.
Not true. Like, my brother cashes out a lot. But he bets on small stuff.
He bets on probably smart choices.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the thing, like when it comes to anything, like here's the thing: when you're betting, unless you can almost guarantee 100%, the outcome.
Oh yeah.
Sports is too unpredictable.
Oh, no question. Big gambles, they either pay off or they damn sure don't. There's no other way around it. I mean, every now and then I get an itch to bet, but that's one thing that we are looking and that we are wanting to expand on is by vlogging, and just putting out, what we've got going on. I don't think anybody wants to see you and Rachel go through the moving process on video.
No, because I already know for a fact there's a strong chance that the divorce is going to run through both of our minds at some point in time.
Mm-hmm. And nobody wants to see that.
No.
Speaking of your wedding, Jared last night randomly said he found the knife he got from your wedding.
Yeah, I gave all my groomsmen a pocket knife that has their name on it and what they wore in their wedding. Actually, I have one as well. Give me 1 second.
Yeah. I think the coolest gift I got from a wedding was being a groomsman in my sister's wedding, and we all got money clips with our initials engraved in them, which was sick.
So this is what they look like.
Oh, that's clean.
Yeah, I got one of those. It's just you had to order 4, so I had 2 groomsmen, a best man, and me. So I got one for me. Jared's got one with his name on it, the date of the wedding, and best man on it. And then my little brother, my friend Colin, had one that says groomsman.
See, that's slick as all get out. I've only been the best man on one wedding. I'm usually a groomsman or the DJ, like I was at Matt's wedding. And it's funny, I actually remember, and also big shout out to our friend Matt Whitworth and his wife Jenna. They are expecting their third and, according to him, final child, as they're having another son. So it'll be two on the boy side, one on the girls. And as he said, I can't wait to teach another child the ways of Street Fighter 2.
Yep. But let's be honest. That girl is now gonna be daddy's little girl hardcore.
Yep, got to start snatching all the attention. Little Miss Lila now. So have you met their kids?
Oh, she was. They were at Jared's wedding.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Lila was super tiny though.
Dude, that was legitimately the first time I've actually met their kids.
Same.
Like,
Like
man.
I love Matt to death, but he's an anomaly to get. Like I'd say the man is the nicest guy you could ever meet. But man, is that guy busy? Like we
Oh,
think Jared's
always.
busy. Jared's got nothing on Matt.
No, I mean he's running the family jewelry store, and I know he coached youth baseball this summer for Owen, and now got third and final on the way. So he's got his triple threat going
What?
on there.
You want to take bets on what they're gonna name him?
Oh, dude, I haven't even thought about what they're gonna name yet. Oh man. Shoot. Okay, let's start thinking of something very manly because it's Matt, and there's no.
Here's the thing. I already can get. My guess is this. First one was Owen. Second one's gonna be Brett.
Damn it! Holy crap! Yes. Damn it! He's got a black heart. Now he's got a. Oh dang! He needs a hitman. Oh, that's so good. I was thinking something 80s macho like John Matrix Whitworth and name him after Schwarzenegger's character in Commando. Or John Rambo. Like, can we use Rambo as a middle name? Does that flow? I don't know. Dang it.
Or what was the robot from the main villain from Terminator 2?
Oh, but so hold on. T1000.
Yep, Elvis MT1000.
Yes. Say, that's a nice bike. Fun fact, did you actually know, and obviously you've seen T2, otherwise you wouldn't be my friend. Excuse me?
I haven't seen any of the Terminators.
All right, fun. All right, thanks for listening to our 1,000 subscriber special. We will see you next week. Hold on a damn second. What?
I have never gotten around to watching them.
First off, all you need is the first two. The rest never happened.
I mean, that's fair, but I think I've seen like I know a little bit about each one because I've seen like memes and I've seen like other shows like spoof certain parts of the stuff.
I'm so disappointed in you.
I just had never got around to it, dude.
Damn it. Anyway, as we were,
I've broken Kyle, folks.
I'm super not happy right now. I am so disappointed, heartbroken. That's like saying you never watched The Golden Girls, like one episode.
I've seen a couple episodes. I've seen.
Of course you have. I mean, do you see my shirt going on here? Do you see this? Sluts just heal quicker. Can't wear this on the job though. But
I mean, have you seen all the Star Wars?
By choice, no. But also, I've seen like, let's see, 6 of them because there's too fucking many of them right now.
No, there's not.
No, I've seen the original 3. I've seen the
okay, that's good enough.
3.
That's good. I was just checking to see if you've seen any of them.
Oh yeah. Hell yeah. I mean, dude, like Empire and Return of the Jedi were my shit as a kid. I mean, I more so got into Star Wars from playing the Super Star Wars games on Super Nintendo, which are hard as balls. But no, back to as we were talking about the homie. He, we said Matt is like the nicest human being you could ever meet. He's courteous to get to everybody, and he gives short people a really good name because dude ain't much taller than me.
Every time I shake his hand or what, I'm like, how can a man have hands this small
and be that strong?
Yeah.
Have you met his dad?
Oh, I'm very familiar with Mr. Whitworth. He coached my little brother's baseball team one year. I think him and Andy were on the same team.
And also, have you seen Andy lately?
I have not. Like, okay, I never really was like really had anything to really do with Andy.
Okay,
he was athletic as hell. That's all I really knew.
Dude is swole as all get out nowadays. But I mean, that's my dog right there. He lives in the gym. Basically, he looks like their mother, but is built like Matt and their dad.
Does he have really long hair right now?
No, he never had. He ain't never had long hair.
At one point in time, he had really long hair.
Nah, his stuff's like yours. No, Matt did before Jenna made him cut it.
I think I remember that. Like he was like he had hair down to like his shoulders or whatnot, and then it was next day I saw him he was buzzed. I'm like, What?
He came to my house one night, and I think we were going to go, just go hang out for a while. And he had not just had a buzz, he had a faux hawk. I'm like,
Oh
what
God,
the? I
Mohawks.
looked at him like, what is that on your head? He goes, well, I let the kids at the Boys and Girls we did because he did Locks for Love, which is wonderful.
Yep.
And he said I let them choose what hairstyle I got. I'm like, you let some kid. I mean, it was for a great cause, but like, dude, you let kids decide what your hair is gonna look like. He showed up looking like the Miz. Like, this is so unacceptable. And I think one of the conditions of him and Jenna dating was that he couldn't have long hair, if I remember right.
Oof.
Just one of those things. I think she just liked it shorter, so that's how it's been. But he kind of was like a pint-sized brawny man nowadays, and I like that. But no, big shout out to one of the best, just the best people. Wonderful family. They got their third on the way. It's going to make him for one hell of a grill master when he gets older. I'll tell you that right now. And I do need to get with him because we still need to do. We had agreed to, and it's hard with his schedule to review the Dark Side of the Ring wrestling documentary series. It's just with his schedule, got to try to squeeze that in. But one thing we did talk about earlier was older game consoles. Now, I want to what I want to do is tie that together with today's hardware. How Microsoft, they said we've officially waved the white flag on the console war, and we lost to Sony. When Jared told me that, I said, "What console war? We were in a console war. We're doing this still."
Here's the thing. For the longest time, it's been Sony versus Microsoft. Sony versus Microsoft. It's for the longest time. It's been like that. And again, the console wars really picked back up back when the Xbox 360, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, all that came out.
Yeah,
So it's like it's kind of
that
like
was real shit.
yeah, like that was more of a console war than it is now. Nowadays, honestly, like as much as people want to say it's console war, most of the next gen consoles that both Microsoft and Sony have put out have had issues.
Yeah,
It's like it's not necessarily the hardware issue. It's like your costs are overpriced. You're preaching all this different like which console's got more power to it, but at the end of the day, it's the games that have been coming out for them have been hot garbage.
a lot of the exclusives, except for PlayStation, where they absolutely slayed with everything God of War that they've dropped for that thing.
I mean,
But
God of War is probably their most for PlayStation, their most well established franchise.
no doubt,
They've done well with creating when they created the first new God of War, with that whole idea of it's all shot from one camera angle. Like that's it. It's just the whole game it's no loading screens. It's just one camera angle. It changed the game with that, and Ragnarok looked phenomenal. It was like I said when I watched Jacksepticeye play it, and it was phenomenal gameplay. Looked great. Like God of War is probably their best. I probably say the best game they've had to release in the last several years.
yeah, absolutely can't agree more on that. And I own a Series X, and the exclusives for that, like Microsoft's like go-to exclusive within the last decade of Xbox One consoles and up has been Forza.
Uh,
And I love them.
Halo.
It is no, but in terms of releasing new games for each hardware, it's like with the Xbox One, you had Forza Horizon 3, which that was 2015, and then you had 4 and 5, and then they're finally doing a new Forza Motorsport in October. Yeah, the original with Xbox originally it was always Halo. That
I
was
mean,
there, but
Halo.
they don't have a deep library of exclusives.
They do. It's just most of them have gone to the wayside.
And it's absolutely shameful. Now, do you believe that quote console wars don't have the same weight now because cross-platform gaming is a thing?
The thing is this: for there really be a console war, there has to be a real driving force. And
Hmm.
honestly, I don't feel like the games that have been released or whatnot really have any driving force for which console is better than the other.
No. Now, to your absolute point, let's go back to when we were kids, and you really did have reason to say this is why I believe this console is better. With Nintendo, you had more variety, and
But it
Mario.
had really good like established franchise. With Nintendo, you had Pokemon, you had Zelda, you had Smash Brothers, you had
Yeah,
Mario Party, Mario Kart.
Metroid, so on and
Anything
so
with
forth.
anything with Mario whatnot was like, yeah, here we have
Set
all this.
and then Sega just came in after driving in with the Genesis, and of course they did that iconic Genesis Does commercial. Which, if you've never seen the Genesis Does what Nintendo Don't commercial, that is the biggest middle finger to to a possible competitor in the history of gaming, as far as I'm concerned. But then they immediately they put Sega was great at putting buzzwords in the market. Blast processing, they really made you think blast processing was actually real, because that made the games faster on the Sega. Because and blast processing and Sonic, that was, as you said, their driving force to get people to maybe either second guess getting a Super Nintendo, or just to flat out say, screw that, I'm buying a Genesis. This thing is cool. Look at these games. They're edgier. They're more, adult, if you will.
Mhm.
Uh, Sega knew what they were doing. I just think their star just burned way too bright, too early. When Sony entered the market, and they did the same thing with Crash Bandicoot. They actually filmed commercials on the in the parking lot of the headquarters of Nintendo of America, with a dude in a Crash Bandicoot suit. Like that dude. Now that's a middle finger as well. But and everybody knows, when most people think video games, like the casual person, the first word they think of usually is Nintendo. Still to this day. But you've got
the,
to find a way to cut into that market share. Sega
the,
did a really good job with it. Sony did with the PlayStation, and then they went back and forth with the N64. And you had your reasons and your games to say, "Oh no, I think this is better because it has this and it does this. Yours doesn't do that."
the two big titles I can think of when it comes to like the early PlayStation was Crash Bandicoot and Spyro.
Spyro, yeah. And
Like,
when you say those are the ones competing against Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, and Mario 64, and just anything Mario, those.
uh, Pokemon Stadium came out at the time. The first Smash Brothers came out.
Mhm.
Mario Kart came out.
Yes, it did. But also, and then Nintendo added another iconic figure, well, two iconic figures exclusive to their home consoles: Lara Croft and Solid Snake, with Metal
Yep.
Gear Solid, and Tomb Raider.
Hmm.
Tomb Raider probably sold more PlayStations than anybody, because, I mean,
It was
if you
it was
if
different.
you if you knew how, if you're old enough to remember how Lara Croft was drawn and how she was promoted, whole lot different than how she is now, more of a rugged badass, but was a complete sex symbol for in gaming, which we did not have at that time. So they knew what they were doing. And of course, Solid Snake, I mean Metal Gear Solid, the game after my own heart. But Sony lined up who the mascots and main characters they designated to be the faces of that console, up
Hmm.
against Nintendo's established faces: Mario, Luigi, Link,
Donkey Kong,
Donkey Kong, and and
Pikachu.
and and then Rare entered and added more to that with Banjo Kazooie and Conquer. And to your point again, I like the arms race between PS1 and N64 was amazing to me, because not only did Rare add those in 1997, they 2 years after the resurrection of the James Bond franchise, they dropped GoldenEye.
Yep.
That's the only that was the only console you could play GoldenEye on.
It was a game changer in the first person shooter. It was like we had first person shooters in a variety of different ways.
Yeah,
Like again, the grandfather of them all, Doom. But now we have a multiplayer shooter.
up to 4 player.
Yep. You tell
And
me I can
it's
go into a game arena and gun down my friends? Okay, I'm in.
yeah, which I'm also I'm completely unbeatable in GoldenEye. I'm just gonna put that out there right there. You don't play it,
I
so it don't matter.
I will not hold a candle to this. I will play with you and get my ass kicked happily.
So thank you. But Nintendo they had arms on top of arms, and then after GoldenEye, they added Perfect Dark. Rare was such a strong partner to them in building, where essentially Sony, they had Konami helping out, because Castlevania got resurrected on that side with Symphony of the Night,
Yep.
which people call Metroidvania, because it's very much designed like Super Metroid. But how freaking awesome is that game? And then
It's still to this day arguably the I think the people say the best Castlevania installment.
Yeah, most people would say that, or they'll say Super Castlevania 4 on Super Nintendo, which you can't go wrong with either. But it's one of those cases of Mario. Nintendo 64 was probably better for first person shooters, arena fighters, and platformers. But if you wanted one on one tournament fighters, you had PlayStation because they had
Adventure style RPG kind of style games.
RPGs, of course. And honestly, like if you're gonna do a side by side, I in those two consoles, I'm taking PlayStation because of what you just mentioned, the icebreaker RPGs. And it's not a knock on anything on Nintendo 64, but they had Final Fantasy 7 and 8, 9, and Tactics and Chrono Cross and Legend of Dragoon.
Yep.
And right there, like those are the tiebreakers. And I think that would be a fun debate to have on a future show. Is taking listing out what you think were the most important and best titles for a console during a generation, and lining them up and say, okay, who wins the war based on these factors. I think that would be absolutely great. Now, like the peak of it for some people, they said that I talked to this week said PS2, Xbox, GameCube, all three of those. Now, the GameCube to me, it was always underrepresented during that time because I didn't really know anybody who had one.
Well, the thing was with GameCube was the games were a lot smaller. But the biggest thing was GameCube really didn't really reach out and expand its reach. Like it was like they took what they had with the 64
Yeah.
and almost ported it over to GameCube.
For most titles, there wasn't a lot of extensive work put in.
It was like there's nothing really new. That was the biggest thing.
Yeah.
It's like it was safe, established titles that came out for GameCube.
However, I'll counterpoint to that and say the GameCube resurrected Metroid massively.
I mean, you're not wrong there, but I'm still saying it's Metro was an established title that worked on that Nintendo had. It was a safe, established title. But the thing is, here's the big kicker here: what came out for Xbox and PlayStation 2 that were game changers? Name the two titles I'd say really changed the game.
Halo, Grand Theft Auto.
Not just no, I'm not thinking Grand Theft Auto.
You're not?
No, I'm talking about these exclusive titles.
Exclusive.
Grand Theft Auto was cross-platform.
Yeah, because it got released later for Xbox.
But still, it's a cross-platform game.
Okay, yeah, so exclusive for PS2.
God of War.
Oh, duh.
Holy God of War was a game changer.
Yeah, you're right.
It was here's an RPG style game that's unlike anything you've ever seen before.
Yeah, it is the most violent, bloody RPG you'll ever play.
And then what did Xbox drop? That is to this day considered the biggest game changer to any first-person shooter.
Halo.
Like it is, because I think Halo 1 is considered the greatest Xbox title to ever be released.
And to your point, Nintendo essentially just stuck to their guns because nobody, and also Nintendo has so much backlog. They have so many IPs logged into their history that they can just fall back and pick and choose whenever they want to feature them whenever on at any time. Just like I said with Metroid Prime and Echoes were phenomenal games. However, notice on Nintendo 64, no Metroid title.
Yep.
So they fell back with that. Now, did they reinvent the wheel a little bit with Mario Sunshine? Yeah, and that's a fun game. It's a gorgeous game. Luigi's Mansion was a new take on something, but once again,
Pikmin.
Mario IP. What'd you say?
Pikmin
was very original. That was actually the first real-time game that I can recall where everything ran on a 24-hour cycle, which was very unique. Same with Animal Crossing.
Mm-hmm.
But they did not create a paradigm shift in the industry with any of those titles.
And that's why they kind of, I think, in the when those three consoles were in the game, the Xbox and PlayStation 2 were very much we're breaking the mold, we're gonna push the envelope, and they didn't play safe. Whereas Nintendo played safe and kind of got left in the dust. Like I said, I'm not downplaying the value and the greatness of a GameCube. I'm saying because the GameCube didn't do anything super extraordinary outside of its comfort zone, it kind of gets an afterthought because what Xbox and PlayStation 2 did.
The GameCube was looked at in a much higher reverence now than it was then. Because like I'll even admit, I thought that the GameCube was lame as fuck. I mean, it came out, I was maybe 14. I thought that thing sucked. Like, what the hell is this? The discs are this small. Like, what's going on here?
But
Yeah,
did you ever play Smash Brothers Melee?
not until a handful of years later, and then I realized like this is fun.
Smash Brothers Melee is a lot of people consider it to be the best Smash Brothers ever released. To this day, there's still tournaments for Smash Brothers Melee.
I know there's mod communities for Smash Brothers Melee as well. Which I mean I have a friend who has all kinds of different mod packs for outfits and even adding new characters in. Like they actually put like Knuckles into Melee and stuff like that, which is super super sweet. But I didn't get it then. But I'm a big fan of GameCube games now, especially now, because realizing through the power of emulation, holy crap, were those games gorgeous?
Yeah. And then what came next? We had the Wii, PlayStation 3, and 360.
Yeah, which that truly became a big time arms race, where Nintendo was marketing like, okay, we have something that everybody can enjoy, families.
And here's the thing: you're not sitting in front of using a controller. You are the controller.
Exactly.
And again, PlayStation 3 and Xbox both came out with responses to it. You had the Kinect, and then I can't remember what
PlayStation Move.
Yeah, with the little sticks with the balls on it.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't that bad, but it pushed the envelope on that. But again, the big mainstays for that time was for Xbox 360. Halo 3 is goated as hell, and they released one of the goriest and greatest third-person shooters of all time.
Gears of War.
Gears of War. Like, oh, here's this freaky enemy, whatever. I'm gonna cut in half with my gun.
The chainsaw gun.
The Lancer. Was that was a massive game changer. And then God of War 3 came out. And Kingdom Hearts and all that. It's like
the Uncharted series.
Yeah, it's like there was again. I'll say this much: Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3 were the last solid, good runs that Microsoft and Sony had.
Where with the Xbox 360, you also had the Call of Duty franchises taking off into the stratosphere. And I know it wasn't necessarily an exclusive. That benefited both, but also you had there's other franchises that got new coats of paint.
Fallout. Yeah. Fallout came out on the 360. Fallout 3 came out on 360. And then Fallout New Vegas.
Yeah, and then Fallout 4.
Fallout 4 was on Xbox One.
I was on Xbox One, that's right. But as you mentioned, with another exclusive, the one that got my attention, I remember when I worked at GameStop way back in the day, and I don't know if they even do this anymore, if they have those kiosks up that have demos, but
not anymore.
No, they don't do that. Well, that's pretty whack. Well, I was working there, and they had a PS3 kiosk up, and it had Uncharted 2 on it, and you played like the opening, like the prologue or whatever, and it felt like nothing I had ever experienced before. Like I was in a movie, and you're trying to climb up this destroyed train or something in a blizzard on top of like a mountain, and it's so intense. Now, granted, quick time events, yes, but I was hooked, and then lo and behold, I want to say it was 2013. All of a sudden, Tomb Raider is resurrected on the Xbox 360, and it plays and looks exactly like Uncharted. And I got back into being interested in Tomb Raider again because all of a sudden, like, this game plays beautifully, and it's immersive, and it's dramatic. But at the time, it was an Xbox exclusive, and I greatly appreciated that because I'd actually, until last year, no bullshit, I never owned a PS3. At no point did I ever own one, and that's wild as hell. But nowadays, it doesn't feel like there's a console war, but we still have people gatekeeping for consoles. Like what the fuck are y'all doing? Grow up.
Yeah.
Let people like stuff.
Yeah. The thing is, as I said, the reason I say like the console war pretty much died with the 360. I'm saying this right now. The 360 and the PlayStation 3 era was the last of the console wars, because like they tried to keep it going with the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4.
Yeah, PS4.
Yeah, but how many issues did a lot of the games and stuff have with those consoles? Like,
Lots of bugs. How many?
granted, there was a lot of good games that came out for those, but like a lot of it was stuff that's like, yeah, or gameplay was just kind of clunky, or they couldn't like they try to push the hardware too much, and like we're having to hot patch stuff just to make sure stuff was working.
Yeah, remember whenever you got a game and when it released, you got the game and it was done.
Yeah, or but now even back then it was started like the Xbox One, where like essentially the biggest issue I honestly have with Xbox One going forward is you have to you got the game, you play the game on the disc. Now it's you get the game, you got to wait an hour for it to download install on your console.
Yeah. And that's another thing that we can discuss is the the how little people are investing in physical media and in gaming nowadays. Everything is digital,
It's that
and
you're buying a license, and that purchase is only as good as a license.
that's why with certain games. Now, here's a perfect example: the Friday the 13th video game is disappearing off the digital market later this year for good. You had better, if you really like this game, or even if you're a collector, you had better get a physical copy of that game beforehand.
I don't know if there is a physical copy of it.
Are you serious?
No,
That's
but
pitiful.
but the thing is, you get it if you buy it now. You have everything unlocked.
Which is great. Yeah, because they've made all the additional content free.
Yeah,
But
max level your character or whatnot. Like it's all there. It's like you want to play it. We're not going to keep it here. Here's the game in all its glory.
the point is, we shouldn't even be having to do this.
Delisting is becoming a thing now.
I hate it. I absolutely hate it.
What's really sad to me really is there's games that are 20 plus years old that have a bigger community and bigger bigger longevity than most modern games.
Hmm.
Like how many times have you seen a modern game come out and be like, here, the first month of release, massive player base. 2 months later, we've lost 3/4 of our player base.
GoldenEye came out 26 years ago. 26 years ago, and it has a bigger fan following than a lot of games do today. And it's strictly not due to nostalgia. It is fun. It's gaming the way it's supposed to be done. You have to own the cartridge physically. You need a Nintendo 64. Is it great to be able to play it on PS5 and all these, on all the current consoles? Kinda. It's a little sterile, but that's the kind of game you got to sit down and play with your friends.
I'll give you a
That's how
game
it's supposed to
I'll
be.
give you a game right now. A game that's 20 some years old. Age of Empires 2.
Hmm.
There are still people to this day going online and they're playing Age of Empires 2. And there's tournaments for Age of Empires 2. There's ratings like game if you play online competitively, there are gamer ratings for Age of Empires 2. Like
Yeah,
explain it. It's like
yeah,
it's like granted, I have the game. I played it. It's a great game. It's probably one of the best RTSs ever created.
yeah.
Granted, and they're still like releasing stuff for this game 20 some years later. And they have Age of Empires 3 and 4 out. They're still hot fixing and stuff like this.
I'll give you another example, and it's fitting because the annual release of Madden is next month, and it's probably going to be dog shit like usual. But 2K's last NFL licensed game was in 2004, NFL 2K5. There is a dedicated modding community that you can find on YouTube and also on GitHub. Shout out to the people and shout out to Lost Soul on YouTube. They created a mod called 2K5 Resurrected because this game plays some of the best simulation football. And again, it came out 19 years ago and at launch cost $20. There is a more dedicated community there than I say there's less people who play this game, but their passion is deeper than the millions who play franchise mode on Madden and play online, because Madden is just, oh, it's that time of year. I look at that now, how WWE used to
It's
do
like Call of Duty.
pay-per-views.
It's like Call of Duty.
Exactly. It's exactly. Also, how about you don't program a game, you don't design a football game on a game engine for first person shooters? How about that? Maybe I'm wrong there, but this community has updated all the uniforms. They've done player faces. They've changed the menu interfaces. I have this mod. Instead of it opening like it does, you see a splash screen that says NFL Network, and my scoreboard is Thursday Night Football on Amazon Prime, on a game that came out almost 20 years ago, and it's more fun. And the game has first person football, for crying out loud. They updated the fields, their sponsors and everything. And I these communities need this kind of passion. And you know what? The developers of these consoles need to have this same passion. If you want to have a quote console war again, you might need to get a little bit more ruthless and a little more rogue in your marketing.
I'll say I'm gonna make a controversial statement right now. Stop building games that are quick in and outs. Build a game that requires, like, it's gonna have longevity to it. It's got replay value.
Exactly.
Like I can't take this way. Like a lot of the games I buy nowadays, it's like, oh, I bought it, I played it, I beat it, I'm done with it.
Yeah, and then move on, and then
Yeah.
and then it collects proverbial dust in your
Yep.
digital collection, and that sucks. Give me a game that's going to have replay value and a lasting impact, and something that I'm going to want to come back to play. That's why the majority of my digital games are PS2 games. Final Fantasy X, I will never not want to pick up. Metal Gear Solid 2 and 3, I will never not want to pick up and play. Come
Yeah.
on.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's stop building. Just stop building games like that. Like, build a game that's going to last. Like, build a game that's people want to come back and play. Not be like, oh, I came in, I did this one thing I wanted to, and I'm done.
Yeah, eh, and then what did you gain at the end of the day? You just spent money on something that's not going to last you. It's like
And
a it's like a quick fix for it's like a drug a quick fix.
yeah, it's I'll say the only good side of that is those games, 2 3 years down the road, dirt cheap.
Oh, completely, completely. Hello,
Like,
Steam sales.
I mean, hell, look at Cyberpunk 2077. When it first came out, 60 $70. I picked it up for $10 on a Black Friday deal.
No way.
Yes.
Jeez.
So it's like, you know what? That's the only good side is I can get these games I might want to play, but like I can get them down the road for dirt cheap.
Yeah, so just wait a little while.
And
Like, is that same thing going to happen to Starfield? I hope not.
no, I'm hoping Starfield's a game changer. Here's the thing: if Starfield comes out, it is as massive successful as I think. If this turns out to be the next, what's it called? Oh god, I am blanking. It's the one with Shepard, Mass Effect. If this turns out to be the next Mass Effect, oh dear God, PlayStation's screwed. I'm not joking.
I believe you.
Or if this turns out to be the next, freaking
No,
Skyrim, like
no man. Just hope it doesn't turn into No Man's Sky.
no, or anything else. But like, look at Skyrim. It's 20 plus years old. People are still modding and finding shit within the game. 20 plus years later. Like, or I don't know. I don't know how. Granted, I'm probably exaggerating the age of Skyrim, but like, Skyrim is an old ass game, and to this day, it still has a massive modded community, massive community in general. Like, there's people out there who are modding and putting in new content for Skyrim. Like, here's the thing: stop focusing on the Maddens and the Call of Duties where it's a quick installment. Mm-hmm. Build a Skyrim. Build me a game that I want to play over and over and over and keep playing it over and over and over.
Give me a reason to constantly come back to you.
Yeah. And the thing is like this, if you can do that in this day and age, guess what? You won the console war.
A lot of games with the quick rush of excitement and then it's immediately gone. You know what it's like? Certain video games are like TikTok videos.
Yep, it's also one of the reasons you and I have issues with the pitch clock is you're trying to cater to the short attention span.
But it's on that note, that actually is working. Attendance is up big time from the for the last three. I mean, we'll scratch 2020, but
It's a we'll wait and see if this is a long term fix or not.